Well, hey, LTD family, welcome back for another episode of the Morning Huddle. I'm Sam, and I'm so excited to introduce our newest co-host for the next few weeks, Miss Kathy Patton. Hi, Kathy.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Kathy, we'd love to learn a little bit more about each and every one of our co-hosts. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about you and what you do here at LTD and maybe your journey through hospitality?
That would be great. Actually, I've been with LTD for 12 years now. I started as a GM at the Holiday Inn Express in Williamsburg and then moved over to the Fairfield. So a great opportunity. But I've been in the hotel industry for 33 years.
Wow.
I started doing night audit when I was in college at a little rinky-dink motel. So then I moved to a full service, and I was at that hotel for 19 years.
Wow.
At that hotel, I started as a reservationist. And I moved my way up through the ranks. It was so much fun because I did reservations, front desk. I actually did a little bit of housekeeping. Then I went back as a front desk manager, revenue manager, and I did HR for a stint because I knew I wanted to continue to move up. And slowly, I became an area manager. So I was traveling, which was fun
Yes.
part. But then I wanted to be closer to home with my kids. But no, I've moved up with hospitality. It's given me so much opportunities, and I've been able to meet so many fantastic people. I got to meet Tom Landry, was fun. That was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I made a reservation for a Hank Aaron, never thinking it would be the true Hank Aaron. He checked into the hotel, and I was the one who checked him in. That was so awesome with all his history. So it's just hospitality opens so many doors, and I really enjoy it and hope to do it until the day I retire. So
I love that. And yeah, I know it's certainly an industry of passion and
yes.
Passion for serving people and for helping people and for it's hard to not to be in this industry and not be a person who genuinely loves and cares for people. So
you have to for both your associates and your guests. So
that's absolutely true. Well, Kathy, thank you for sharing so much. We love, like I said, to hear about our co-hosts and to learn about our journeys and hospitality, because this industry, like you said, just offers such a wealth of opportunity for growth and advancement. And so, for anyone who has a true desire to continue to move forward, I think we've got so many opportunities to do it. So
absolutely. So
good. Great. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and start jumping in. Hey, it's spring. If you didn't know it, I'm sure you can tell by the layer of pollen on your car.
Nice green color.
You can't breathe. That could be it. But we talk about this, that spring is oftentimes associated with cleaning, decluttering, right? Like sort of this opportunity for a fresh start. And we know in a business context, it's certainly ideal for us to really to renew, to update, looking at our goals, our strategies, our processes. And so I'm curious, Kathy, as we move into this spring season, into the second quarter, what is it that you do as a leader at the Fairfield Inn to prepare your team?
Well, we're a unique situation. Our hotel is one of those hotels that goes from 0 to 100 overnight. So we go from being 25, 35% to being 90, 100%. And, it's a big jump for all the associates because all of a sudden now they're busy. Yes. And we want to make sure they're taken care of, but we also want to make sure they know it's coming. So we talk about the little things. But sometimes as we get busier, we tend to forget the little things, which is sometimes the most important part of your job. I personally like to step back and reflect on how I did over the previous year and what I can change up. I like to talk to my associates and say, okay. And I always tell them, if I'm not doing it right, come tell me. So that way we can look at it, because we all need to grow together. But we talk about the little things, and then I talk about their health. Because it's getting hot, and it's getting hot earlier this year than it has in previous years.
Yes.
And, tell them to stay hydrated, make sure they're taking their rest, especially the housekeepers. They've got a hard job. They're cleaning at our property. They clean about 15 to 18 rooms a day right now. So I want to make sure they're safe. But no, step back, look at the picture, both in your personal and your work life, because your personal reflects your work life. So if you've got a good balance, and that's what we sort of have to work on in the spring, is getting that balance.
Yeah.
I heard on the radio a unique thing. They talk about New Year's resolutions. We all give them, and how many of us will go through with them? Probably I did.
I don't know what the percentage is, but I don't think it's very high.
I don't think. But they talk about doing your New Year's resolution in the spring.
Ooh.
Because it's a time of renewal, as we said. It's time to look, get fresh, and the weather's nice. It's warmer. So if you want to go for that walk, you're more apt to go in the spring than you are in January when it's 20 degrees outside. So, but I thought that was interesting when we talked about spring renewal. Make some new resolutions for spring and set new goals, because sometimes they change, and review your goals every 90 days or so, both personal and work, because things change.
Yeah. I mean, no kidding. We are in a fast moving environment, right? So what we thought was a viable goal in January maybe looks so different now that we're in April.
Yep.
So I love that. And I think reflection is just so important, and making sure we reflect and see, hey, what did we do well? What could we do better? And you're right, your property, just probably more than any of our other properties, at 0 to 100, making sure that hey, we're gearing up for a busy season. What can we do to set ourselves up for success, both personally and professionally? So thank you for that great insight, Kathy. We hope that you all really take some time and think on those things and reflect on this past quarter, and really jump into the second quarter into the spring season fresh and renewed and excited for everything that's to come here in this next season. So all right,
a good one. So
it's going to be a good one. And if anything looks like this beautiful field of flowers that I'm looking at here on the screen,
I want that.
It's hard to feel sad when you're looking at that, right? All right, awesome. Well, we love to celebrate
birthdays,
and we love to celebrate birthdays, and so we're going to go ahead and jump in on April 7th. We've got Joseph from the Residence Inn Chesapeake. Happy birthday, Joseph.
On April 10th, we have Floor from the Fairfield Inn Williamsburg and Belinda from the Holiday Inn Express Chesapeake. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, you guys. We've got April 11th, we have Barry, who's at our Sabre Suites in Charlottesville. Happy birthday, Barry.
And then we have Scott at the Doubletree Columbia on April 13th. Happy birthday, Scott.
Happy birthday. And then that was all of our birthdays for the week.
Short.
Yes, and now we get to jump into our work anniversaries, and we have some big work anniversaries coming up. April 8th, we have Jakai at the Spring Hill Suites in Chesapeake celebrating 1 year of service, and then Hanif at our Doubletree in Columbia also celebrating 1 year of service there. Thank you both so much. Mm-hmm.
Then on April 9th, we have Brianna from the Holiday Inn Newport News celebrating 1 year.
Celebrating 1 year. Congratulations. And then April 10th, we have Mikhail at the Holiday Inn Express Chesapeake celebrating 2 years of service. Thank you, Mikhail.
And then on April 11th, I have two of my associates celebrating 2 years at the Fairfield. Shaniza's been with us 2 years. She's from Russia, but she goes by Boo Boo.
Yes.
That's what she wants us to call her. And then Joshua, great houseman here at the Fairfield.
2 years. Awesome. 2 for 2. I like that. Then we have Miss Dana at our Residence in Chesapeake. 3 years of service. Thank you, Dana.
And then Takeda Jones celebrating 15 years at the LTD corporate office.
Yes.
15. Thank you, Takeda, for all your hard work and dedication for 15 years.
Yes.
And then Carla's getting there 4 years at the Aloft Chesapeake.
Yes.
Awesome.
Awesome. Congratulations, you guys. And now we get to celebrate our star player of the week. Our star player this week is Miss Susan Gray, our restaurant manager at the Delta Chesapeake.
So Susan exemplified outstanding teamwork and a strong commitment to maximizing revenue while delivering exceptional service, especially to the Booze Fighters group. Upon their arrival, she warmly welcomed the groups, ensuring the bar was fully stocked, accommodating special guest requests. Recognizing the importance of a comfortable and inviting atmosphere, she took the initiative to open and maintain the patio area, keeping it clean and welcoming as more guests arrived. The following morning, Susan went above and beyond by opening the bar at 8 a.m., overhearing her guests inquiring where to find Bloody Marys and mimosas, delighting the group with her proactive service. Later, she volunteered to monitor the motorcycle parking, ensuring guests adhere to the designated parking areas. Further showcasing her dedication, Susan also offered to assist with a week-long pop-up event and banquets, demonstrating her flexibility and willingness to support the team wherever needed. Despite the fast-paced demands of the weekend, she remained attentive and committed to guest satisfaction, never missing a beat. Susan's hard work and initiative and exceptional service are truly appreciated. And that's from Yvonne, the Director of Food and Beverage at the Delta Chesapeake. That is awesome. I love to hear those type of stories.
Yes, absolutely. And Susan, we are so thankful for everything you're doing there to, to service those groups and to keep them so happy. I know as someone in the sales organization, it certainly makes our lives so much easier when we get to continue to serve these groups year after year. And they were a wonderful group, and you made sure that their experience was best in class. So thank you for everything that you've done, Susan. And for that, a $50 gift card is coming your way. And as always, we want to encourage all of you to take a few minutes and send in a nomination. We want to hear from you. We want to celebrate your peers and your team members for going above and beyond and for living out our LTD values. So again, thank you, Susan, and thank you, Yvonne, for taking a few minutes out of your day to recognize Susan's efforts. And then we get to close out the week. Hey, Kathy, we're back to Spanish 101.
Yeah.
We had Wendy, and she was an advanced student. Yes, we are less advanced. And so we're back to a word of the week in Espanol. This week we have acogedor.
Acogedor.
And that means accommodating.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is a big word.
A very good word, especially in our industry. So, hey, I think this is something we can actually try to do today and do this week is try to find a way to build this into our vocabulary, to really, challenge ourselves to utilize these words so we can continue to grow in this area. So acogedor, we are accommodating.
Awesome. Love that.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate your time this week. We hope that you have a wonderful week. And we are so excited to jump into this spring season with you guys. So let's lean in
and
get better together.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you, Sam.